So this is a further example of a pattern and sequence, and in particular this is an arithmetic sequence. Okay, and examples of arithmetic sequence are maybe like 2, 4, 6, 8, 3, 6, 9, 12, 4, 7, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 4, minus 1, minus 2, 4, minus 1, minus 6, minus 11, etc. Okay, so all of those are arithmetic sequences. The reason being, the first one, we add 2 every time. The next one, we add 3 every time. The next one, we add 3 every time. The next one, we're taking away 2 every time. The next one, we're taking away 5 every time. So once we're doing the same thing every time, okay, so this one, 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8, 4 plus 3 is 7, plus 3 is 10, 8 takes 2 is 6, take 2 is 4, etc, etc. Okay, so they are examples of arithmetic sequence. So another example, we have, say, 3, 5, 7, okay, and so on. Now in this example, T1 is equal to term 1, which is 3. T2 is term 2, which is 5. T3 is term 3, T for term, which is 7. Okay, so what we do then is we call T1 equal the first term, because it's term 1, and we call it the letter A. Okay, and then every time we look for the common difference, we call it D for difference. Okay, so they're the 2 letters we're going to see pretty often. Okay, so example for us, if we have, say, example 4, 7, 10, and so on. Okay, so T1 is 4, T2 is 7, and T3 is 10. Okay, so term 1 is equal to T1, which we call A, and that's equal to 4. Okay, so A is equal to 4. And then we're looking for the difference. Now, the difference is equal to, well, what are we doing each time? We know the difference is plus 3 each time. So the difference, we're adding on 3. Okay, now the other way to find the difference, we do T2 minus T1, which would be 7 take 4, which is 3. Okay, and that's to show the difference is 3. Okay, so that's what we're doing there. And finally then, in our maths tables we have this formula for Tn is equal to A plus, in brackets, n minus 1 times D for the difference. And this formula we use to get the next terms. Okay, so if, for example, we wanted to find T4, okay, well, in this case then, n would be equal to 4. Okay, so therefore T4, n is 4, is equal to, we know that A is 4, plus brackets n is 4 minus 1 and the difference is 3. So therefore we have 4 plus 4 take 1 is 3 times 3. So 4 plus 9 is equal to 13. So let's check. Okay, we had 4, 7 plus 3 is 10 plus 3 is 13. Okay. We'll do another example. So supposing we have 5, 9, 13 and so on. Okay, so T1 is 5, T2 is 9 and T3 is 13. So in this case A is equal to the first term or term 1, which is equal to 5. Okay, so A is equal to 5. Now we're looking for the difference. Okay, and the way we find the difference, T2 minus T1, which would be 9 take 5, which is 4. So D is equal to 4. Okay, now we want Tn, so the next term, A plus n minus 1 times D. So supposing we want T4 would be equal to, well, A is 5 plus 4 minus 1 and the difference is 4, which would be 5 plus 3 times 4, which would be 5 plus 12, which would be equal to 17. Okay, so our series would be 5 plus 4 is 9, plus 4 is 13, plus 4 is 17. Okay? So if we had 10, 6, 2 and so on. Now we know A is equal to 10 and this time the difference, well, each time I'm taking away 4. So Tn would be still the same formula, A plus n minus 1 times D. That won't change, okay? But supposing I wanted T4 would be 10 plus 4 minus 1 times minus 4, which would be 10 plus 4 take 1 is 3 times minus 4, which would be 10 take 12, which would be minus 2. Okay, if I wanted T5, 10 plus 5 take 1 times, again the difference is minus 4, which would be 10 plus 5 take 1 is 4 times minus 4, which would be 10 take 16, which would be minus 6. So let's check our series. We started with 10, take 4 is 6, take 4 is 2, take 4 is minus 2, take 4 is minus 6, which is correct.